Welcome to Kitchen Counseling. I've got a really exciting recipe for you today. I'm really looking forward to doing this one. This is a cauliflower dirty rice with andouille sausage. All right. I love Cajun food. I love going to New Orleans. Is one of my favorite places to go. I love the atmosphere and I love the food. Now this is a variation on recipes coming out of there from the dirty rice recipes. They're using andouille sausage, which I'm very excited about. And we're using cauliflower instead of actual rice. So this is gonna fit into your low carb diet and whatnot. We're gonna test this all out. The first step in this whole process is we're gonna take one whole head of cauliflower. We're gonna cut that center piece off and then we're gonna just make it into florets, which I have already done. So you're just cutting up into florets. We're gonna put it into a food processor and we're gonna make it into the rice. So let's swing this camera down so you can see that operation, and then we're gonna go into the rest of the recipe and the steps here in just a minute. So let's see how we can swing this down here. Got my little food processor set up right here next to me. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna throw some of the cauliflower in here and we're gonna pulse it. You don't wanna put too much in there. So we'll just do it in some batches here. So let's do our on pulse. And see how that pulse just kind of works it out a little bit at a time. It doesn't pulverize it to make it like a puree. What you're looking for is a consistency like a larger couscous. Okay, so let's take a look, see what we got here. So this is gonna be our cauliflower rice. Look at that consistency, love it, love it. That's what we're looking for. So we're gonna do the rest of this up. So I will do the rest of that up and get it all ready for us for the next step, and we'll be right back, and I will see you in a minute. Okay, bye. All right, welcome back. All right, we got the cauliflower part done. That was just kind of getting it to the rice. We just got it down to the rice part. That's gonna come in later. Now let's go through the actual recipe so you know what we're dealing with here. So what you need for this recipe is you need one head of cauliflower. You're gonna cut that thick core out of the middle, and then you just got the florets. Then you got half of a Spanish onion. You can't find a Spanish onion, use a yellow onion from your grocery store. The Spanish onions are just a little bit sweeter. If you can find them, great, but a yellow onion will work just as fine. 2 tablespoons of olive oil overall for this whole recipe. We have 3 garlic cloves, 2 stalks of celery that we're gonna dice up. Then we got one red bell pepper, one bell pepper, green bell pepper, also diced up. We have 1 pound of smoked andouille sausage. Now the spice mixture is where it's really gonna come together really nice. We got a teaspoon of kosher salt, a teaspoon of ground black pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cayenne pepper, a tablespoon of smoked Spanish paprika. Get the smoked Spanish paprika. A teaspoon of dried thyme and a tablespoon of dried oregano. And then we're gonna throw in 2 cups of a chicken broth. We're gonna use a 1/2 cup of fresh parsley that's chopped up at the end, and we're also throwing in a bay leaf. So that's gonna be all that stuff's gonna be in there really nice. So now we got the cauliflower cut down. We've already done it through the food processor, got it to our rice level. Now let's go ahead and start with some of these veggies. So I'm gonna put this on the stovetop here, and we're gonna spin this camera down so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Now you got it. So we got about a tablespoon of olive oil that we're heating up, getting it a little bit warmed up here. Gotta turn that hot up just a little bit. While that's heating up, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our onions. So we had about a 1/2 of a Spanish onion, and I just diced it up. We're going to add this into our mixture here. And we're just going to cook this until the onion becomes translucent. So it's just going to take a couple minutes. We are not trying to brown it. We're not trying to cook it all the way through. We're just letting it loosen up. You know, just going to start cooking it, making it soft. It's going to get translucent. So that's going to take a couple minutes. And while that's cooking, I'm going to get ready my other items I need. I need some garlic. So we needed 3 cloves of garlic. So I get my garlic ready. If you use the minced garlic, it's already minced up in the jar. It's basically a 1/2 teaspoon per clove. So that would be 1.5 teaspoons. of garlic. You see that's now starting to cook. It's not quite there yet, but it's getting there. I'm going to throw the garlic on top. So we have that going. 1.5 teaspoons of the garlic, 3 cloves. And then I'm going to mix that in just a little bit to give it all some chance. There we go. Now you can see that starting to turn from the white, starting to turn translucent. So our next step is we're going to add our celery and our peppers. And what we had was 2 stalks of celery that I diced up and 1 green bell pepper that I diced up. And we're going to cook this for about 5 minutes. Saute this up for about 5 minutes. We want these to get nice and soft. So I'm going to leave this on here for a minute so you can kind of see this process. Got a little extra celery there. I'll just eat that one. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, this tastes great already. We haven't even added any of the other good stuff to it. Just making it soft. Just cooking it down a little bit, making it nice and soft. And we'll be back in a few. All right, we got our 5 minutes in. Our peppers, celery, nice and soft. The onions, nice and soft. We're gonna add our andouille sausage at this point. I've already sliced it up. Got 1 pound of andouille sausage, just in some nice little bite-sized slices. Now we're just going to cook this up for about 10 minutes. We're going to be browning this a little bit. So I'll keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't burn. At this point, we're just going to get that sausage to where we want it to look like. Then we're going to add in our spices, our seasoning, and our broth. This is where it's going to all start coming together. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes once this is all nice and browned up. All right. All right, we're back. We're about 10 minutes after. We got everything nice and cooking up really good. So let me show you the next steps. I'll turn this heat down a little bit. All right, so we've got our onions in there, we got our peppers in there, we got our celery in there, we got our andouille sausage in there. So now we're going to add our spice mixture and our broth. So let's go ahead and add our broth. We've got about 2 cups of chicken broth. There we go. And then our wonderful seasoning mixture. We got a bay leaf. We're going to throw a bay leaf in. And also, here's our mixture. This is the stuff that's going to make it good. We got a teaspoon of kosher salt, a teaspoon of ground black pepper, a teaspoon of dried thyme, a tablespoon of oregano, a tablespoon of smoked Spanish paprika, and then just a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. So we're going to put all that in there. I'm going to mix it all up. Just like so. Oh man, look at that color. You can smell all those spices. It's wonderful. I'm gonna kick this back up a little bit again. There we go. So now we're just going to cook this down. We're going to cook this for about 5 minutes. we just wanted to reduce some of that water. So we're going to get it back up to a boil here and kind of stirring it on down. While that's happening, we are going to do the cauliflower. So let me bring this up here. There we go. So we got the basic mixture going. And then what I have is I have a second. Let's turn this on here. All right, so let's see what we got going here. So we've got a second little electric skillet over here on the side. We got about a tablespoon of oil in there, so we're getting that heated up. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our cauliflower rice that we made just a little bit ago in the food processor, and we're gonna throw it into this electric skillet, and we're gonna cook this for about 5 minutes. Okay, this one's gonna cook for about 5 minutes. The other mixture that we're boiling down might take a little bit longer, might take about 10 minutes, so you kind of do these at the same time. And just once this gets done, both of these get done, we're gonna take the cauliflower rice, we're gonna throw it into a bowl. Once all the vegetable and sausage mixture gets done, we're gonna take the bay leaf out of it, we're gonna throw that in with the rice, we're gonna mix it all well, we're gonna throw some parsley and salt and pepper on it just to taste, and then we're good to go. So I can't wait for this to come out and we get to try it. So right now we're just waiting to cook up both of those pieces of it, and then we'll be mixing it together, and then we're gonna be trying it out. So we'll be right back. See you soon. All right. Hey, I had to jump back in here. I know I said we were cooking things down right now and just kind of waiting for it out, but I gotta show you how this cauliflower rice is coming. It's just amazing. Whoops, I'll get my camera over here. You can hear that little sizzle on her. Look at how beautiful that cauliflower rice is. And we're basically just cooking this for about 5 minutes just to get it cooked through so it's not a raw cauliflower. We don't want it all mushy. So we're kind of stirring it a little bit, just kind of keeping tabs on it. We want it to be a nice cauliflower rice blend. And while that's cooking, we got this one boiling away here. And this one is, we're taking it boil. We put that 2 cups of broth in there. We're just taking it down by 3/4. So we're going to end up with about a half a cup of liquid in there that's going to then end up mixing in with the cauliflower and flavoring everything really well. But we want to get that all down. So that's what we got going down now. I just wanted to show you that cauliflower. It just came out really, really well. I'm really excited to try this one. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, bye. All right, welcome back. Let's put this thing together and see how it's tasting. All right, we got our cauliflower all cooked up and in the bowl. We're just finishing up the sausage and the vegetable mixture, and we're gonna put that together. We are going to put a little bit of parsley in it, just to mix it in, and then a little salt and pepper taste, and we're gonna taste it and see how it comes out. So let me swing you down here so you can see what I got going on the stovetop here. So here's our cauliflower. Got it all ready to go. So what we're going to do here is we're going to remove our little bay leaf. We don't need that. Okay, turn this off. Let's go ahead and put this mixture together. There we go. Give it a little stir, mix it all up. See all the cauliflower rice getting all the color now, getting that dirty color. You can see all of the veggies that are in there. You can see the sausage in there. The cauliflower is now changing color with all the spices we put in it, soaking up that juice that was left in. We had about a half of a cup of the stock juice that was still left in there. We boiled it down, but we still had about a half, and that just makes all this turn on over. And then we're going to add in probably about a half a cup of fresh parsley that's been chopped. It's going to give it some nice pop, nice color. One last little layer of flavor. Mix that all in there. little bit more. I like a little bit more of the greenery in there. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to give it a quick taste just to see where we're at on spice and seasoning. Oh, the spice is good. I'm going to add a little bit more salt to it. Not a whole lot. And just a tad more pepper. There we go. There we go. Get a little tasting spoon out here again. Try it again. All right. Wow, you could really taste the flavors. That cayenne's coming back on you, man. All right. Whew. That's a spicy one. That's good. I like it. I said before, New Orleans is one of my favorite places to go. I love going to places when you get off of the airplane, when you fly there, and you go get off the plane, and there's this feeling. There's a sense, there's a feeling in the air. And New Orleans is one of those places I've been in my life in different parts of the world. San Francisco, another one. There's just a feeling when you get off. Boston, there's certain feelings of these different places. New Orleans, I love the food, love the people, love the atmosphere, love everything about it. This is one of their great side dishes. I wanted to play with it. I wanted to see how it comes out. I'm going to sit down and have some of this. So until the next time, remember my 4 F's: family, friends, fun, and food. Those are the things I consider to help accentuate life. And check us out. If you like us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube. Check us out through the streaming services through KP Media TV. All the info is at the end. The cookware info is at the end. Everything is at the end. Have a good time. We'll see you on down the road.